Well, Aaron, thank you so much for jumping on the call today. I guess just a quick start. Do you want to introduce yourself and your organization and what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. So, my name is Erin Pohl. I'm the Director of Development for the first victim service agency in the nation, the Crime Victim Center. We were founded in 1972, and we provide support services for anyone who's been impacted by crime.
Yeah, and you guys are doing an amazing job doing that. I have been lucky enough to stop in at your office and see some of the work happening and as it is happening, and it's magical in a lot of ways. So
Thank you.
I'm I'm curious, before you met me, what was the catalyst of like, hey, we might need a video, we might need some marketing materials. What was that catalyst?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think for us, the intricate nature of the work that we do can be difficult to explain or to show in photos. A lot of the work we do is very sensitive in nature and confidential for many, many reasons. And so, it was important for us to be able to create a story or a narrative that can resonate with someone who may have never had to go through this process, and we hope no one ever has to. But some of our supporters are really empathizers, and have empathy for people who've been impacted by the things that our clients have.
Yeah, I remember the conversation we had. Um, how it was like it really was a problem to overcome, was how do we actually show all of the work that you're doing while keeping the privacy, the pride and the dignity of the people that you're working with. Um, so I'm happy that we were able to come to a solution. Um,
Me too.
where so where then in that process do I come into that? How did you find me?
Yeah, absolutely. So for the longest, at least the last couple of years that it's really been something that we've been seriously looking into. We would hit dead ends left and right. You know, we are a grassroots nonprofit. We do not have a reserve to tap into. We live very much paycheck to paycheck, reimbursement to reimbursement, and so that puts a lot of barriers in where we can spend money. So if it comes between buying journals for our survivors and investing in a video, we're going to end up buying journals first. So it was always out of the budget for us. But I saw your ad pop up on my feed because my phone definitely listens to me, and I'm glad that she did because um, I saw your ad. It was very engaging and approachable. It felt achievable. I believe the ad was get your bit video in 10 days. And I was kind of shocked. And I was like, all right, let me see what this guy's got to talk about. It doesn't hurt to have a meeting to hear you out. And then your price was so achievable for us. It was a no-brainer. It was a no, there was, I mean, I think after we met, we started within weeks, if that. So it made it so easy for us to say yes. And the product is going to far exceed what we invested into it for sure.
Well, thank you. I'm
Thank
happy
you.
that you feel the value.
Oh gosh, yes.
What was the thought process behind, okay, we have this video. Where do you see it being the most impactful for your organization?
Yeah. I think, well, right now we've got it in an email that we send to anyone that signs up to be a monthly donor, and they get to see a little more insight into what we do. The other parts, I think we will use really in just giving that extra touch to our supporters that makes them feel like they are seeing the process. It's so transparent in the best way, or you know, the best it can be. So I think that's important, is just getting folks to understand exactly what it is that some of these individuals have to experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Crime does not what's the word that Katie said? Crime does not discriminate.
It doesn't.
It can happen to anybody. So I'm happy that you guys are able to do what you do.
Yeah, no, I am grateful for you. I think that the most important thing, and the reason that probably if we ever need a video ever again, we would come back to you, is not only that you're so easy to work with, but you're so organized, and you follow through on exactly what you say you're going to do. There's no anxiety, there's no worry, there's no, you know, waiting forever for answers. It's been the easiest thing I feel like that we've ever invested in, for sure. So, and your ability to not only take the videos and map out the content that we're looking for, but then to edit it in a way that makes sense, and not only will inspire others, but inspire the people that are already doing this work. When we showed the staff, I mean, there was ne'er a dry eye in the room. So it's I can't rave about you enough. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And I think you kind of touched on it. It's something that I love to geek out on is the project management side of things. Do you want to talk a little bit about your experience on what that process really looked like? Because have you done video projects in the past before? Is this kind of first time?
Nope. Yep. Definitely first time.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what was that process like for you, especially first time experiencing it?
Yeah. The products that you choose to use for that organization, the Asana and the video editing software, that was so user friendly. I like to consider myself tech literate, but certainly not a tech expert by any stretch. And it was so easy, not only for me to use, but for other people in our organization to interact with, especially when it came to the editing piece, um, which made us feel so empowered and so involved in the process. Um, and it was very cool for the project management app, the Asana, to like have all of those steps, and kind of see it mapped out. It was easy for us to follow along, and we knew exactly what to expect, which again fed into the easement of this entire process.
Oh, perfect. I'm an Asana advocate for life, so I'm glad you like it. I love Asana. And yeah, I think it is important that you're able to see everything that I like to use the analogy of like when I buy something on Amazon, I'm the kind of guy who will click track order like a second after I order it.
Sure,
And I am like I want to see everything from beginning to end until it gets in my hand. So I tried to
100%.
recreate it. You know, it's like how close can we get?
Absolutely. And the other part of it too, I think, is when you are having to really put a microscope on every single dime that you're spending, as a nonprofit, you want to make sure that you're investing in the right things. And so, the confidence that we had throughout the process easily was worth the investment.
Oh, thank you. You're gonna make me cry over here.
Well, you've done it to us enough. It's your turn anyway.
So speaking of crying and you know watching this video, what was the post-production process like and reviewing? What was that process like for you?
Yeah. The editing process was great. We You sent me the link, super easy to access, and then I reviewed it with my executive director, who's my direct supervisor, And then we decided to invite anybody from our staff who would like to be a part of the editing process to come one day. So it was really who was available at that time because we did want to move fast. But they all showed up on Zoom and we watched it twice. We watched it just straight through the first time, and then we watched it a second time where you could make notes. And then they all gave those notes to me, and I input them into the uh, the video just to make it a little easier for you and less scattered all over the place. So I
I appreciate
consolidated. Yeah.
that. I'm glad. I'm glad the review process was easy too. You guys had good notes. Some people are like, "Yeah, it's good." I'm like, "Oh, I want like at one, maybe."
Our staff, especially when you're doing the sensitive kind of work, every single um, inch of marketing material that you put out there has to be very carefully thought of and extremely intentional. And so your willingness to take our edits, not only one, but a second review with a few, um, was essential, really, and again, made us feel so cared for throughout the process.
I'm glad. I'm glad. And now we've kind of gone from pre-production all the way up to post-production and reviewing. You have it in your hands. Is there anything you'd like to say to someone who might be thinking about making a video or doing video marketing for their organization or just in general?
Yeah, I think we live in a world where what we consume is m way more than half or even three-fourths visual. And so if we're not keeping up with that, you're going to lose this new generation of supporters. And it's just kind of as simple as that. So this is our first, well, secondary step, I guess. We have social medias and that kind of a thing, but um, to make sure that we are staying in touch with every generation of potential supporter, potential client, even. I mean, I think the video really portrays who we are, and that is a warm, welcoming, soft place to land and be vulnerable in and heal. And so portraying that to potential clients even is really going to be uh, magical.
I'm so happy that you're able to get this out and get your mission out there.